Once upon a time, Buddha was sitting with his disciples. One of them asked him, "Lord, what is karma?" Buddha said, "Let me tell you a story. After that, you will understand the karma very well." Then Buddha started telling a story to his disciples. Once a king was touring his kingdom on his elephant. Suddenly, he stopped in front of a shop in the market and said to his minister, "I don't know why, but I want to hang the owner of this shop." The minister was shocked, but before he could ask the king why, the king had moved on. The next day, the minister went to that shop dressed as one of the locals to see the shopkeeper. He casually asked him how his business was faring. The shopkeeper, who was a sandalwood merchant, replied sadly that he had hardly any customer. People would come to his shop, smell the sandalwood, and then go away. They would even praise the quality of sandalwood, but rarely buy anything. His only hope was that the king of his kingdom would die soon. Then there would be a huge demand for sandalwood for performing his last ritual. As he was the only sandalwood merchant around, he is sure that his business will run after death of the king. The minister now understood why the king had stopped in front of this shop and expressed a desire to kill the shopkeeper. Perhaps the shopkeeper's negative thought vibrations had affected the king, who had in return felt the same kind of negative thought arising within him. The minister was a very wise man. He pondered over the matter for a while. Then, without revealing who he was or what had happened the day before, he expressed a desire to buy some sandalwood. The shopkeeper was pleased. He wrapped the sandalwood and handed it over to the minister. Then the minister returned to the palace. He went straight to the court where the king was seated and reported that the sandalwood merchant had sent gift for him. The king was surprised. When he opened the package, he was pleasantly surprised by the fine golden color of the sandalwood and its lovely fragrance. King was pleased. He sent some gold coins to the sandalwood merchant. The king also felt sorry in his heart that he has unpleasant thoughts of killing the shopkeeper. When the shopkeeper received the gold coins from the king, he was astonished. He began to express his gratitude to the king and started praising the king, who had through the gold coins saved him from the brink of poverty. Then he started repeating for having negative thoughts he had towards king for his own personal goal. After telling this story to his disciples, Buddha said, "If we have a good and kind thoughts for another person, that positive thoughts will come back to us in a favorable way. But if we harbor evil thoughts for others, then those thoughts will come back to us as retribution." Then Buddha asked his disciples, "After listening to this story, now you tell me, what is karma?" Many disciples replied, "Lord, our words, our deeds, our feelings, and our actions, these all our karma." Buddha shook his head and said, "Your thoughts are your karma." If we look at our lives closely, we will find that what goes around comes around. This is because the vibration of our thoughts towards others always come back to us in some form or another. So, if you think negatively about someone, then the other person will start thinking negatively about you too. If you think good for someone, then in return good thoughts for you will start arising in the mind of another person. This is the law of nature. As we do, so will we get. Thanks for watching. Be smiling.